The Calgary Flames have a lot to be excited about heading into the future with already established young stars and plenty of solid prospects. One pick from the 2024 NHL Entry Draft is having an insane season, and it looks like the Flames may have found their next star. Either way, the future is looking bright in Calgary. We're going to get into all that and more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. And oh baby, we have a huge prospect update in this one here today. Obviously, lately we've had a lot of trade talk. We've had, debuts. We've had to say some farewells to certain players. Now it is all about the future. And obviously, we know that we have a future star in Zane Parekh. There's no doubt in my mind. I am 100% sure that he will be a stud in the NHL, but the Flames may have found another star. And we've done videos like this before, kind of on Henry Muse as well, who is having an insane season, but there's another man who deserves a lot of credit right now, and that man is Jacob Battaglia. So he was named the prospect of the week for the Flames, as Jacob Battaglia had a couple of multi-point efforts this past week en route to notching 70 points on the season. He's currently producing at a 1.49 point per game clip with the Frontenac. So in his last 3 games, 3 goals, 5 assists for 8 points, which is incredible. And this is a man who we got late in the second round. This man was, I think, 62nd pick or something like that. I know I'll have the actual number later in this video, but still, he is gone kind of under the radar as ending up being a really good pick. Could he be the next star of the Flames? Another thing to note for him is that he has reached a new career high in points. So we just saw he has now reached 70, but 3 days ago, he actually reached a new career high. So with his first career 5-point game on Thursday, so quite a few days ago now, Battaglia improves to 67 points on the season. He has 29 points in his last 16 games with the Frontenac. That has now been bumped up to 70 points on the season and 32 points in his last 17 games. Not bad at all. Almost 2 points per game. For a late second rounder, that is absolutely incredible. What amazing scouting once again by, the Flames, by their entire scouting staff, especially in the OHL, as if we have to give them their flowers as well. So Jared Brown here, he tweets, Calgary's OHL scouting team deserves a ton of applause. The 4 OHL players drafted by Calgary in the 2024 NHL Entry Draft have excelled this season, led by their superstar first round selection, Zane Parekh, which we'll get to in a second, but it's true. All 4 of the players that were taken from the OHL by the Flames in the most recent draft have been going insane. We obviously know about Parekh. We just saw Battaglia, who is a left winger, and I know the Flames have a lot of wingers in their current team and in the pipeline kind of thing. They want to stick with centers, but hey, when someone's looking this good, they'll definitely have a shot in the near future at the NHL. This season, of course not, but maybe next season, if not definitely probably the season after. Expect him to probably be a Wrangler next year, but still fantastic to see. So Parekh, check. Battaglia, check. Henry Muse, of course, check. And the last one, Luke Misa, could have been the steal of the draft. We will just have to see. But again, hats off to Calgary's OHL scouting staff. Now, if we focus again on Zane Parekh, it's hard not to because of how good he is. He's going insane right now. So nobody was keeping pace with Flames prospect Zane Parekh on the back end as the Saginaw Spirit rearguard put up 21 points in 10 games to be named the OHL Defenseman of the Month. Incredible. I mean, the OHL, as we know, has some really good defensemen. We love scouting them. Last year, we obviously picked up Hunter Brustevich, who was playing with Kitchener at the time and was a Vancouver prospect. Now, obviously, is in Calgary's pipeline. And then, of course, Parekh and Muse this year, drafted this past year and playing really well again this year. But 21 points in 10 games as a defenseman is absolutely bonkers. Over 2 points per game for the entire month, and obviously winning easily the Defenseman of the Month in January. Ever since he got cut from Team Canada's World Junior roster, he has just excelled like crazy. That was the fire under his feet that really took him to the next level. That's brought him, kind of to where he was producing last year in his draft year, which is just incredible. He is totally insane. All over Twitter, people are saying, I don't know, there's not many prospects I would have taken in last year's draft ahead of Parekh now that they're seeing just how good he is once again, which, I mean, again, it's just absolutely excellent to see. He also reached 200 career points with the Saginaw Spirit, which is absolutely crazy. He did that last night. So he has 78 goals and 122 assists for 200 points so far in his Spirit career, which is just crazy for a defenseman to hit 200 points in their entire OHL career. I mean, that doesn't happen often these days. So again, hats off to Parekh. Absolutely incredible to be seeing all of that. And what a draft it was. If we take a look at the OHL defensemen or defensive leaders for points so far this season, I mean, it is exactly what you would expect. Zane Parekh now has a grand total of 67 points this year in 42 games, 24 goals, 43 assists. Crazy to have 24 goals as a D-man. So fantastic to see. And he is now 5 points ahead of the guy in second place. Oh, there's a familiar name. Henry Muse, who was obviously on the Ottawa 67s, now on the Sudbury Wolves. He's got 12 goals and 50 assists. I believe he leads all defensemen and is only behind Misa for assists. I could be wrong about that, but either way, what a season both Parekh and Muse are having. Incredible to see that they are both Calgary Flames prospects. We own the OHL at this point, but it's great to see we have so many good offensive defensemen in the pipeline. And, you know, a lot of good offensive defensemen find their ways on very successful teams lately in the NHL, which is very, very good to see. So, again, so fantastic. If we quickly take a look, these are all the picks from last year's draft. Tell me that there's one that wasn't a hit. There might be just one that maybe isn't, you know, a home run. But otherwise, I mean, Parekh, we all know that's a grand slam, let alone a home run. Matt Vagradine having a really good season in the queue as well. Cat excited for him. Andrew Basha, he's been hurt, but he's also been really good. Battaglia and Muse, we went over them already. Kirill Zarubin looking like a really good goalie prospect. This is the only one that isn't an absolute home run in Trevor Hoskin. I believe he was the one who was drafted out of the Ontario Junior Hockey League. So not the OHL, but the OJHL. Haven't heard much about him so far this year. I could be wrong. Maybe he's having a really solid season. I just haven't heard much about him. Then, of course, Luke Misa could be the steal of the draft way down in the 5th round. Hunter Lang and Eric Jameson, both more defensive guys, but they're looking obviously very good as well, especially Eric Jameson over in Everett playing with Landon Dupont right now. It is just, I mean, holy, if you are not excited for the future, I hope this video changed your mind because it looks so, so good for the Flames right now. I mean, I couldn't be more pumped about the pipeline and what we have going on. I'm just so, so excited. What I'm also excited for is tonight's game as the Flames are back in action after that gutsy win over in Seattle. The Flames are back home for a few games, actually, and they start off this homestand against the Toronto Maple Leafs, which is always, always fun to have, you know, an original 6 team in town, but I mean, it's the Leafs. It's pretty much the most opposing fans you'll see at a game, so it should be very fun. I'm actually going to be going to that one with my family. Shout out to the Griffith fam. Should be a super, super fun one. I believe Dustin Wolf will be between the pipes, not only because it's a home game, but because, you know, Vladar obviously played the last one. Not confirmed yet, but most likely will be Wolf. The other thing I kind of wanted to show was just our games ahead. So, like I said, the Flames have a bit of a homestand here, but it spans over a couple of weeks. So before the Four Nations face-off tournament starts and the break begins for the Flames have the Leafs tonight. Then they play the Avs on Thursday before wrapping up against Seattle on Saturday. So an interesting, you know, trio of opponents here. Big game tonight for both the Leafs and Flames. Big playoff implications. You know, the Flames are trying to stay ahead of Vancouver. The Leafs are trying to stay ahead of the Senators, so expect it to be a very hard-fought game. And then, yeah, the Avs and Kraken, two teams that are... The Avs are weird this year. They're traded away Rantanen, but they're still looking good. But are they looking good? Do they have any goaltending? That'll have playoff implications. And then Seattle, of course, will as well. And then so the Flames obviously have the huge break before they finally play against the Sharks again on the 23rd of February, so not for quite a while. But I think the Flames really only have 2 other big kind of road trips and maybe, you know, a game or 2 as well on the road. Otherwise, that's it for the season. So a good homestand here before going on the road for quite a while. Hopefully the Flames can pick up some big points here. here. Now let's wrap up the video with the comment of the day, as we love to do here on the channel. And this comes from yesterday's video, kind of reporting about, what Elliot Friedman said and Mikko Rantanen as well. But this was a good comment here from good old Kayla and Clint. And they said, Wolf will be way better than Hellebuck. Jets are just a good regular season team. Absolutely love to see it. We are optimistic that Wolf will be, better than Hellebuck. That's pretty crazy, but of course that is what Friedman said yesterday on the 32 Thoughts podcast. He also said, will be a contender real soon. Look out, here we come. Go Flames, go. That Rantanen thing is all BS. Would rather pay Wolf, Zary, Zane. Completely agree there. Great vidbo. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. What a fantastic comment. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe like you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.